Well, today we got some tools out on the hood here, and we're going to do some bolt-on work with some sheet metal that has some rounded edges on it for these fender flares that I put on this thing. Pretty simple. Have it all cut into strip segments. Bolted on around the flare, and then somebody said something about the fenders of the vehicle covering the tire or whatever, so we got the tire poking out a little bit on the trimming there. Just hold that over there. One strip it in. Clamp that end down. Take another vice grip. Clamp that end down. And measure it up. And there we go, that fitted up. And the sidewall of the tire starts right here. So that's taking out is the sidewall of the tire. And you just take a power drill. And start off somewhere. If these drill bits were ever sharp, somebody'd steal them. Get a little screw action. Then we got a clamp on it. And just like everything out here, fucking just broken. Extension cords that had locking ends in them, and pot metal drill bits. It falls off a desk and breaks. It ain't worse than anything. But you know, take it to a cliff way up in Alaska and see the same thing. There we go. 2 more and this one's done. Not a single person around to help hold anything or anything. World's dullest drill bit. It was made in China. It was some engineer in Kazakhstan that fucking made it. Or engineered it anyways. Hot fucking pile of shit. Just adding to the continued creation of the masterpiece of what happens after Lord Frickwad's minions throw their new thing in the junk. More non-magnetic stainless screws, whatever the heck those were engineered for. Some kind of electronic motor stator and some big ass thing, I'm sure. Non-magnetic stainless screws made specifically to be non-magnetic for whatever reason. Now we're holding this together because the engineer fucked up and got all their shit thrown in the junk and laughed at. And now we got another one of these clamp on. If I can find where that clamp just went. Oh, it's still attached to the thing. Not sure if the camera's picking it up, but that's the 747 flying overhead. The microphone picks that up over the wind. Here now, this one has to get lined up. The edge of the other one.
How come it looks so ugly?
Because it came out of the dump.
There's lots of tin cans inside here if you want to use them.
Yeah, yep.
Maybe that would be better.
Well,
That looks like it came out of a bizarre.
well, it depends on whatever you think the new thing is. Just because it came out of the other guy's shit, so yeah, that's the best thing they have. And then you get something like the, what the hell was that thing called? I think it was a Pontiac, but it was in that, I think Walter White had that fucking Pontiac Aztec or whatever the fuck it was. Most goofed up fucking thing you've ever fucking seen. Brand new engineered. Oh yeah, that's the new thing. And then the dork mobiles that look like fucking SpongeBob turning into a fucking snail. Literally. Brand new. Oh yeah, best thing there is. The other guys fucked up, paid money for it. He made overproduction. Made 80,000 of the fucking things. Then we got these vice grips here. Twisty knob blew out of it. Weld cracked where the fucking thing threads in. And then 8.6 fucking bolt, 9.8 bolt, so it literally just crams it in there. One time I thought about going to town and getting more tools, but then there wasn't anything there. So this is modern engineering at its finest. There we go, that clamps on tight. And this one's about halfway done. Make sure the next screw's lined up. Pull in a bit. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm thinking to myself as I do this, something that would make this sheet metal pop rivet work a little bit easier. So if you take a piece of sheet metal, welded it to the face of this claw here with a tiny hole in it, so that it holds the drill bit every time. But you know, that's, oh, you gotta make a whole new clamp and sell that one individually from all the rest of them. What I've done is product idea. Sometimes I think, sometimes I don't, but if everything was a 1-inch wrench socket, the next size up would be 2. Another piece of the puzzle. Everyone says a skim coat Bondo and some new paint over that. It'll look like one of those nice fancy biology kits you'd buy off of King Bok Choy. No, he's not going to sell it because he's got all the lettuce he wants. It's right in his yard. So unless you pay something absolutely ludicrous for it, not going to sell it. Even if these vice clamps had magnets on them, they wouldn't work because it's all non-magnetic stainless. Nothing to stick to it. Those C-clamps with little magnets on the end of the clamps would probably hold together sheet metal for doing some stuff a little more economically. You know, we got a straight line there. And now it's a curved. Fit up this gap a little better. It's unfortunate the demise of this car. It was pretty nice before it got the axle swaps and that big motor put into it. But you know, when you go into your local city, it apparently made a net profit of, what was it, 700 million or 700 billion dollars trade with the United States. Ask them about a windshield for this thing. And it's fucked up. Like that tree shadow in it, but it's cracked up. The camera's not picking it up. Some of it, not all of it. Ask them about getting a windshield for that. They said nope. So you know what that means? That $700 billion trade surplus. Not for maintaining the likes of anything. You buying the exorbitant premium added expense tag of new thing. And at the end of the day, what do you get back for it? Spend $150,000 on a new F-350? That's a fuck you. That's a fuck you. And that definitely was too. Brand new. Off the ring tags for every part this thing came off of. We're looking at $400,000 that year. And what did they get for it? $38 a ton. I'm not even kidding about that. Just like the engineer's idea for making these non-magnetic stainless steel sheet metal screws, whatever they figured they needed that for. Screwed over the same way. There we go. 2 more screws and then it's the bottom strip there. socialist dictator currency inflated for civilian consumptionisms. If this clamp is ever going to bend over the right way. I've got the last strip here. I'm sure just like that power drill right there, if the intentions of society were clear, you would have bought a new thing from the same similar ideal place. And 40 years later, it'd still work. 5 years later, it definitely doesn't. It's like if you live in town, everybody that has one of these, it still works. And everybody that has the newer thing, first off, there's a lot of them in varying condition, just like going to a pawn shop. There's a new one, there's a slightly more used one, there's a used one, and there's the one that's nearly broken. So you buy the new one. Quite literally 3 days after buying the new one, you've now got the old one. 3 weeks later, you definitely got the broken one. The economic panhandle. What, $700 million? It really is. Heal up. Just use something for a momentary reaction. There, I would just go over that 3 more times, hit it with a lead block and a hammer, and tack weld it, or forget about it, leave the screws in it. Clearly not happening.